My name is Jacob. I'll talk today around a project of ours in a specific industry and focusing on a specific problem in that industry. But a key takeaway that I'd like to start with is something that makes this project even possible, and that is to share data with each other. So and what I'm getting at is that if we start to share data, not the raw data that is the most valuable, but rather trying to find ways of sharing data in a larger sense than just within a specific company, then you can start optimizing processes and values for an end customer that is greater than if you only do it within your specific company. And that's the case here. So at Binder Brains, we are focused on predicting future sales. That's the common thing we do. In this specific project, we are focused on the fast-moving consumer goods industry. It's an industry that has been working with forecasts for a long time, and where predicting sales is part of the daily work. But one big problem or pain in the industry is that releasing new products is really hard to succeed with. So there's around 80 to 90% fail rate of new products in the fast-moving consumer goods industry. And this is not just the case in Sweden, but in whole Europe and the US, and it has been the case for a long time. So it's not something new. It's a problem that is continuous, and it's still worth giving new products a shot, because if you do succeed with the product, then it will probably be a long-term cash cow for the company. And the definition of if a product fails or not is if the product is still in store within a year from the release date. So, and since this is a industry-wide problem, it's not just for the producers releasing the product, but also the retailers. And before digging deeper into the solution, I'd like to just stress the different problems that this creates. So for the retailer, they need to offer new shelf space, which is a fixed amount for each retailer, for a product that they know the statistics behind, and that will probably fail. They have to chip in and market new products instead of successful products that they do have in their assortment, and that where the ROI is probably very much easier to calculate. But of course, they need to offer the right assortment for their customers, and a part of that is to have new products as well. And therefore, the category managers spend a lot of their time trying to figure out what product they should add to their assortment and what products they think is going to fail. And the problems are similar for the producers, of course, maybe even more obvious. They have a need to be innovative, of course. They talk a lot about innovation and the difficulty with it because of the fail rate. They have a lack of data since they don't have the direct connection to the consumers. So they don't know when the products are being consumed or bought. They only know when they sell it to the retailers. And of course, they know that 9 out of 10 products will fail. And for all of these products that they move forward with, they need to put a lot of efforts into in terms of costs and work in order to penetrate the market and really give the product a chance to succeed. If no one notices the new product, then no one will try it out. So the big thing here, of course, is to also be able to forecast the sales of this new product. So first of all, you want to know if it succeeds or not, but then you also need to forecast the sales for the product in order to avoid overproduction with it, which is a problem, of course, with products that have a short period of time when it can be consumed. But it's also a problem in other industries, in the fast fashion industry, for example, where the design might be obsolete within a year. What we do is something we call intelligent forecast, and that's where AI comes into mind. So forecasting has, of course, been a part of the industry for a long time, and it has been based on qualitative research, on gut feeling and intuition. And we want just to add an additional layer to that with a quantitative approach. But the problem with this specific predictions is that there is no historical data. The products where the predictions can do the best, give the best effect is already in the product development stage, and that is not when that is the case. Well, then there is no sales data, of course, for that product. So what we need to do is to understand the product life cycle and have a strategy to solve that when the product is being released. So our solution is that we gather data from the retailers in terms of sales data. We gather product attributes and product information from producers in the fast-moving consumer goods industry, and we gather third-party data to get even more information around products and previous product releases, and that's how we build our training data. So we build a database on historical product releases with information around if they did succeed or not, what type of attributes the product had, and how the sales pattern and consumer behavior patterns that were around the product when it eventually was released. And we're mimicking the process of the actual process of launching a new product in this industry. So and the first step is to do this first type of prediction at the product development stage, and that is even prior to the actual process that starts when the producer decides to move forward with a new product. So the first prediction that we can do months or even years before the actual release of the product is based mainly on the product attributes. And just to give you an idea of what we have been able to do so far is to have an 85% accuracy in terms of defining if the product at that stage will be successful or not once it is released in store. And for those of you who are the statistical ones, this is based on a normalized set of data. So we have as much products that do succeed that don't succeed. So it's not 90% fail failed products, because then we can just say that everyone will fail and we have a 90% accuracy. But it comes with some additional insights. We have been talking about black boxes, and we're trying to be as explainable as possible around our predictions. So we're not just saying that the product will fail or not, or succeed, but instead give a predictability of the possibility of this product to succeed. We have a method to identify how much the different variables have affected this prediction in a positive or a negative manner. And we also have a possibility for our users to get some optimization from their attributes to maybe even increase this success score further. And this is what the retailer and the producer is looking at together in order to decide if the product should be released once they start the process with releasing the product. So both parties will have these insights. When the process is moving along and new variables become available for our models, we have some additional granularity that we add to the predictions. We start forecasting how much the product will sell during the first year in store. And once the product is released, we do continuous predictions for this product and start the predictions of the actual product life cycle. And then we do have information around the actual shopping pattern, which is of course better variables to really predict the actual sales for the product. And when we do that, we can increase the insights around the actual sales and the predicted sales for the product going forward. So that's our solution. That's what we're doing for the fast-moving consumer goods industry, and that wouldn't be able to do if we didn't share or help the industry share data with each other. And they don't share the data, but they share the algorithm and the insights from it. So that's it for me. Thank you.